Ness releases it perfectly, that's the only time he'll be able to get it.
I mean, well, if anything, we'll have to wait and see if you can, land these. But nonetheless, we're getting started right away. Big combo. Oh, he was ready for it and whatnot, but still did not get close enough to, close that gap to get that grab. Finds himself off stage. Flow trying to get something started here. That fair.
That was a little bit interesting that it outranged all of Roy up.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm also interested in? This little in-game tag is Fizz Whiz Biz. Oh, what does that mean? What is he trying to say to us?
Look, man, we don't question, man. This is winner's quarters. Leave him be. If he wants to rock the Fizz Whiz Biz, we gonna let him.
Fizz Whiz Biz got him here.
For real,
that much. And the pressure off stage, he's actually going to almost try to get him on the rebound, but unfortunately not going to be able to find it. These two are at weirdly even percents. I feel like Ness is definitely kill percent here, and only Roy is at kill percent unless if he finds like a really weird setup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but nonetheless, I'm liking how Flo has been the way he's been playing neutral against Pew and whatnot. You see him run in and then he fades away with the fair, trying to see if he's going to catch Pew, being a little impatient there, trying to catch him with a.
Got him.
Nice. The classic, the bread and butter. It pays the bills, man. Jab back air, definitely going to seal that stock on Ness. Not the heaviest character in this game, as we saw with Lucas. These two kids, man, they're not that big.
Their heads are pretty big, but it's not that much of weight in there.
Hey, man, but nonetheless, speaking of weight, this man is putting on the pounds. In terms of percentage, Flow trying to secure this dub right now over Pew. Looking pretty solid in this first game.
Yeah, I mean, the way that, Flow is playing after he gets this lead.
Oh, no, this is dangerous. No jump here.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he actually fights his way back off with a bear. Flow was so taken aback by that, he had to take a really long time to try to recover back to stage. But recover he does. 140%. Anything Ness is going to hit you with is going to kill. But Flow is going to make sure that does not happen. The way he's playing you're playing a sword against Ness, which means you have an inherent advantage, and he's playing it to the best of his abilities, and he will not die.
It's crazy how, when this game started, it was all Pew. We saw that big opening string, but ever since then, it's just been all Flow. Still on his first stock, has brought Pew onto his last at already 60%, but the four tilt finally going to seal away that first stock. This is dangerous, though. Any raw confirm can, pretty much seal the deal for this first game, especially if you have the ledge like this. Pew has got to regain center stage.
The problem is, even if he gets this, raw stock, he still has to work away at another one, and the way that Flow's been playing, he's been so oppressive and not letting Pew breathe even a little bit, but finding a little bit of respite here. 67%, you have to find this edge hard, not going to find it, not going to get much of the ledge trap. Flow not choosing to engage with Ness in that scenario and just goes to the platform, goes back to center stage, and now he finds himself in a very controlling position against Ness.
Yeah, but nonetheless, though, man, still looking like nothing but a Flow game. Has Pew off stage yet again.
What a recovery, actually.
For real, very sneaky. But we saw what happened when he tried to do it on the first time. Got caught with the neutral B. Got to be careful.
He brought that flaming sword right on his head. He's like,
no free recovery for you. Still, nonetheless, Flow has pretty much, fully looped this entire stock. If Pew wants to bring this back, he's got to work overtime.
Alrighty, we got the aggressive fair from the ledge. I feel like we're kind of just waiting out for this set to end, because I'm not sure Pew makes this back unless he gets the back throw here and gets some crazy edge guard. I feel like you're just fishing for information here. You know what you got to do. You got to just wait for it out. But he actually does take this stock, man. I might have to bite my own tongue here, because Ness definitely has the capability to just raw kill you. He's gonna have to up B to recover here. He does not get. He maybe. Yeah. You. What?
Yeah.
All right.
Unfortunate. I mean, nonetheless, it was a good attempt, though, trying to keep themselves alive and whatnot. But still, seeing Ness at 163, though.
Ness doesn't die. Ness has so many capabilities to just fade back with everything.
All right, but nonetheless, though, Flow taking that first game relatively comfortable, right? I mean, that was pretty much all Flow the entire way. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if Pew opts to run it back. Same stage and whatnot. I don't think the stage was really a problem.
I don't know. You saw the recovery at the end.
That was very true. Yeah, you're right.
PS2 architecture is really weird for Ness recovery. I know that much.
But still, I feel like that's like a dime a dozen, right? That's not something you often find yourself in and whatnot. But we'll see what happens. This is definitely still Pew's counter pick. And I'm opting to see what Flow opts to ban here.
$5 they either go to Hollow Bastion or Small Battlefield.
Yeah, just sticking with the same three stages they've been playing the entire tournament. I would not be surprised.
That's how it should be. Tournament organizers
Yeah, like out of the 9 stages that we have legal here, they literally only opted to stay between just the 3. But, you know, there still are other options
That's
here.
a testament to how good the stages are compared to the rest of the stages.
That's
like,
true.
You're letting Yoshi's story and Kalos Pokemon League you're experimenting with the waters, let's just say that much.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, well, like nonetheless, you know, we still have other options. You know, like FD, Smashville, Battlefield, Town and City, right? You know,
no, it's a very vast array, and we are
small Battlefield.
My 5 doubloons, they are mine.
You know, I think it's like they're sticking with all the stages that are modded. You know, and I can respect that. Oh no. Just barely able to just not grab ledge there. Flow, unfortunately, dying relatively early. Pew gonna take that to the bank. Hopefully, able to, you know, bring this all the way to a 3rd game.
Does Roy recover from this? The answer is yes, but still, he took a lot of percent for that. And we saw the way that Flo played the last game. He's shown he's a very capable player and able to make these comebacks. So he might not even need this stock, but that's not a position you want to put yourself in winner's top side 32.
Oh wow, what a parry on the get up attack. Flow just reclaiming that stock so fast, still under 60%. Not enough extra credit for Pew to make this a massive lead for themselves, but nonetheless, you know, Flow still trying to make this work and just clean this up 2-0 and move on to winner semis.
Yeah, absolutely needs to. In this juggle situation, like I said with Lucas, Ness tends to struggle a lot with landing. He has the magnet to mix it up, and I feel like Pew's been using it to the best of his ability. But unfortunately, he got the upper drag down into back air. That is a raindrop and a half, but for Ness.
Hey man, this is what we're talking about. You know, you in top 32, you got to freestyle some of these combos if you want to, you know, take it over a Flow. Right, because we saw how that first game ended. Right, you gotta pull, you know, all the party tricks out if you want to bring it back.
Of the flow state.
You gotta opt away from the flow chart. Know what I mean? Come on now.
Alrighty, looks like he's gonna be able to recover with it. I wonder if Flo's gonna bring the hammer down on one of those recoveries because he sees he's still doing it. I wonder if he's waiting for the read for the better time to use it. 69% on Flo as of right now. The damage continues to mount, but he finds himself in the corner. Only gonna get the weak hit. That's unfortunate. Gonna air dodge up. He's gonna find his way back. He's actually gonna fight out of the corner. Pew has been fighting out of the corner a lot as of late, which has been very scary against Roy of all characters. But with the success he's been seeing, it's understandable why he's fighting so much.
Hey man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Classic saying. Like you're right though. Like we said, he's been definitely. Wow. Oh my. If he got that confirmed, that would have been OD.
Gonna get the weak up air, unfortunately, and that's where Roy tends to falter a little bit. If you don't get those like super sweet spots or even the medium spots.
Wow,
that DI was
up throw. You know, just barely able to kill, like you said, that suspect DI. Still, honestly, you know, Flo might be at 130, but Roy's a heavy hitting character. You got to be careful here.
The second hit of the magnet, and you are gonna be dead for that, my friend. Oh my goodness, like maybe half a second later, and yeah, Flo's chilling, and he's going to continue his advantage state, but unfortunately for him, that SD first stock is going to cost him game number 2, and we are going to see game number 3. That is what comes after game number 2, my friend.
Hey, man, nonetheless, yeah, like you said, man, you know, that SD was definitely unfortunate, but, you know, at that time, you know, that's on you. That's your mistake, right? You know, there's only so much you can control, and something like that is definitely within your utmost of control. You know, Pew recognizing, you know, hey, look, you know, he got the SD, but I'm going to still, you know, take this as far as I can and hopefully secure it so we can get a game 3. You know, your mistake is going to be my, you know, my W, right? I'm going to take everything I can get. This is top 32. This is for top 8. Right, so I'm taking anything I can get so I can secure this top 8 placement, like no matter what. So, you know, SD or not, like game 2 to Pew. We got a game 3 scenario here for top 8 for the winner semis. Nutty, man.
There's a lot on the line in this game. Is top 8 all best of 5? I'm assuming.
I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume after top 32, everything after that is top. And top 8 is just 3 out of 5 raw.
And that's crazy. We're going right back to PS2.
The same 3 stages, bro. The same 3 stages.
Oh, he's fighting his way out of the corner once again,
jump,
but
though.
Flo actually gonna find it. Gonna go directly towards the ledge. What an angle on that PK Thunder.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, that's not something that's like easy to to manage and whatnot. Hitting these like clean angles like that as Ness. That just shows like character mastery, you know, for Pew.
Gonna catch him. He's not gonna get the F smash, but the air dodge is gonna allow Flo to extend his advantage state. But one of the little slip right there, but the pressure continues to mount. Even when the advantage state is over, the advantage state really isn't over until until the opposing player gets hit.
Yeah, just like that though. Like that entire advantage state was all Flo, but finally that PK Fire finds his mark, and Pew opting to throw him off stage. Flo still able to maintain stage control after all that. Hopefully to secure this stock.
Ooh, that's very scary. I mean, I think Pew is going to get bit in the butt if he continues to fight out of this corner because you really want to reestablish stage control. And fighting out of the corner allows Flo to kind of take a defensive position and cover whatever you want to approach with because he knows the exact burst range of Ness. If he stays outside of it, he can cover literally anything, and Ness can't do that.
Yeah, and as we saw there, we saw that Flo, was looking for these, these landing weak hit up airs that led to that clean sweet spot back air and secure the stock from all the way across the stage.
I feel like Pew is fishing a little bit too much for this back throw. He's kind of throwing out fares, throwing out magnets to pressure him into shielding, but Flo is really not biting, using the movement-heavy aspects of Roy to get out of dodge, and this is where sorties become sorties against Ness.
Oh,
Gonna
wow.
go for the grab, but the neutral get up into spot dodge. What a classic.
That's very unfortunate because Flo was definitely ready for that, too. Like, we saw, like, he was definitely, like, whiffing, all those jabs on purpose to kind of, take away any, like, aggressive option off the ledge that we normally see, Pew doing. And then saw the neutral get-up was coming out.
Oh, got it.
For the grab.
He
didn't
died.
get it. But
He died at 80.
Ledge trump back air sweet spot, man, on Roy. You can't sleep on it.
Not at all. I'm wide awake. Oh, gotta catch him. There's no jump on hand. Get him.
Oh, no, you gotta be.
You needed that.
Yeah, with this deficit that he's at right now, you definitely have to be a little bit more aggressive on off-stage scenarios like that when you don't have a jump, right? You can't just be willingly.
120% already though. Does he find this edge guard? Gets the PK fire into the
forward air. Nice. Absolutely. All right, we got a last stock situation here, man. Both entirely clean stocks too. This is any person's game right now.
Oh, gonna roll in, and Flo is gonna find the reverse up air off of it. Gonna go for the up B into Flo. If he actually didn't shield that, I feel like he could have died there. Alrighty, gonna go for the edge guard. Not gonna find it. Flo covering himself with the up B perfectly, and these two are at mid percents, and this is where it gets really scary because Roy can just die and Ness can just die. This is just how the matchup goes.
Nice parry. Okay, finally finds a forward air to knock Pew off stage. This has been where Flo has been playing extremely well.
And look, he didn't fight his way out of the corner, and he reversaled. He won that situation, and this is where Flo has to stay on the ledge and fight his way out, but he actually is going to find solid ground in this scenario. Going to go for the jab nair. How does Pew escape this ledge?
Yeah, man, finds himself at the ledge yet again, but jumping just to get in. Flo was not ready for it. PK fire comes out, no punish, gets the nair.
Oh, he gets it. The back throw is not going to do it just yet, but it's going to be in such an uncomfortable situation. PK Thunder to tack on a little bit of damage. Does he find it?
Oh, man, this is a very dangerous situation right now. Both are very dangerous percents right now. Who's going to find this big hit to secure this third game?
You know both of them are so scared of each other. Ness with that back throw on deck, and Roy with literally anything to kill. Just gonna go for pokes, whatever Vendetta taught you, just for fares, just for down tilts, just for nairs. It's all you really need. Gonna fight his way out of the corner this time, and that's where the mix-up comes in handy. To go back to the
oh, the back air catches on the roll, and that's gonna do it, Pew.
Oh, top 12 is best of 5.
Oh, okay, all right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that seemed they seemed like very like calm.
Yeah, for that game ended. There was like no pop off and whatnot. Like on a last like hit situation like that, man, on game 3, thinking that that's your way to secure top 8, man, and there's no pop off. I'm like, damn, both these players humble as hell, man. There's no way.
Just the last hit, they both calmly sit up
together.
Together.
There's like
the most robotic handshake.
Good game.
Very good game.
Good game. Good game.
It's like the anti-arbiter of like. Thank you. What a good set we had there today, gentlemen.
What a fine gentleman right there, man.
A very good chap. His fundamentals were very good.
Hey, man, speaking of fundamentals, man, we on the stage of fundies. We back at Pokemon Stadium yet again.
Where the best games are made.
That's true.
Gonna find the PK fire. And this is how Pew has been starting off literally
every game. Every single game.
It always hits. He just gets him.
Every single game has just been a Pew start, and then afterwards we see Flo just come out of nowhere and rack on big percentage. But right now, it's still looking pretty even right now.
They're pressing A button on each other, and they're just trading with each other. It's great. I love Smash Brothers. Alrighty, yeah. I feel like a lot of Pew's neutral is finding these little fares in neutral and making Flo's afraid to approach, but gonna armor right through that with the up B. That's gonna be a good chunk of damage. Yeah.
Oh no!
Bye-bye.
Man, we were in sync for that one, bro.
No Justin Timberlake here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man.
What does he do? What? Okay, you know what?
Yeah, we were just saying like, what does he do about this? And like messes around with the side mags. Wow,
he killed him off of that.
Oh man, what just looked like a little bit of goonery from Pew. Honestly, was able to secure the stock. pretty nonchalant there, but, you know, stocks are pretty much even below, maintaining this immense pressure.
And this is where Ness really struggles. He just cannot land, and Roy's up air, like Roy's fastball speed, his air momentum, and his lagless up air is going to be a perfect disaster for Ness to just take 93% on those platforms.
Yeah, man, but I honestly get why Pew is, you know, opting to kind of just like, you know, fall back a bit and, you know, throw some PK fires to get something started. But you're slowly putting yourself into the corner, and that's exactly where Flow wants you to be.
Alrighty, yeah. The way this neutral has always been playing is that these two characters operate at like a pseudo mid range, not really close range, but more so that I'm gonna space you out with a kind of disjointed hitbox. It's stubby by standards, but it's still away from my hitbox. That's how Roy functions, that's how Ness functions. So it's whoever bites first, and I feel like Pew has been controlling it a little bit better with the hitboxes, but Flow's movement and positioning is just taking the cake right now. It's 56% on his second stock. Pew has to put in some work if he wants to stop this at game number 4.
Yeah, true. I mean, well, Pew, you know, normally we've seen, like,
there you go.
No, that's 2 for 2 on those Bs.
Okay, get it out of your system, get it out of your system.
Game 5, game 5, game 5,
game 5. Who's going to tell them it was best of 3 all along? That'd be funny. Imagine somebody walks up to you during game number 5 and
the TO's just behind you.
Oh,
like,
yeah, who won game number 3, by the way? Or was it a 2-0? They're like,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I regret to inform you, but that was a game 3 scenario, and that was it, man. I'm sorry. This is no game 5 no more. All right, but nonetheless, though, we do have, you know, the first game 5 situation of the evening.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Pew and Flow. Game 5, you know, I would not be surprised if they just opted to run it back on Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, man, Flow look like, you know, they're trying to get, you know, put themselves like in that mood to, you know, pretty much just be clutch for this 5th game. Small battlefield.
I've always wondered, what is it with Europeans and their tags always containing letters of the last 5 letters of the alphabet? Pew, Flow, W's, Flow, W. You have Orion with a Y, Nidox with an X.
Modzai.
with a Z, yeah. What's with it? I thought he SD'd for a second. I looked back at the other screen. But the story of this set has been Flow keeps Pew at ledge. Pew sometimes fights his way out and then just kills Flow off of neutral. It's what are you doing down there, buddy?
What happened? The SD from Flow.
This is one of the ugliest sets I've ever seen.
I'm not. I could not agree more, man, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, the nerves are definitely starting to kick in right now. Both these players understand that, you know, this is for top 8. You know, this is a lot riding on the line right now.
This is crunch time for Flow. He needs to start taking these stocks now because at the stock deficit he put himself at, he's got some work to do.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, but nonetheless.
That sucks a little bit.
Side B did not get the sweet spot, though. Flow still, you know, not looking the best right now at 80%, 90% on their second stock. You know, Pew is pushing this advantage and this, you know, this extra credit as much as he can.
127% already just for exploiting Roy's recovery. He almost didn't die from that. That is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
But, like, still, like, immense patience from Flow to kind of just, you know, just visualize where Pew was going to land and catch him with the sweet spot forward tilt. The parry back throw, though, and that's going to do it. Flow on his winner side stock. Pew hoping to move on in top 8 right now.
And he's fighting it. He's actually just stuffing out Roy at the jump. Ness does a really good job. If he's in your face, he can kind of just put out a hitbox faster than you. And gonna actually be able to spot dodge that grab. That could have been huge for Pew to send Flow off stage and start racking up damage. But now they have to fight neutral once again. And this is where Pew actually has been winning recently because he realized that Flow is getting a little bit tilted after that SD. And he just wants to approach. He's like, what if I just pointed at you and fire came out of my fingers?
All right, but yeah, nonetheless, you know, Pew definitely had Flow off stage, but Flow able to just maintain the center stage yet again. I feel like this has been like such a big thing for him in this set, but finds himself off stage with no jump. This could be it. Another fair, the air dodge to come in.
Oh my
wow,
God,
the footstool that up there. Oh, wow, and Pew able to still catch him with the double jump up